Okay, now I'm going to show you one of the two kerosene heaters that I have. This is a radiant kerosene heater, and the difference between a radiant and convective kerosene heater is a radiant heater, or a radiant kerosene heater actually radiates heat. It'll radiate it towards whatever object you point it to, whereas a convective kerosene heater actually heats the air. It'll actually heat the air. So this does heat up a room nicely. The convective radiant heaters are typically around 20,000 BTU. This unit here is a 10,000 BTU, and it's good for, a good, I'd say 400 square foot, 500 square foot room. We use it on our upper level, and it's very good at maintaining the heat once it reaches a certain heat in the cold winter months. Let me point some features with this unit. This is called a Kerosene. It's the CTN 110. After doing a lot of investigation on radiant kerosene heaters, I heard really good things about this brand. There's there's some experts out there online that highly recommend this particular unit. It's a newer model. It's only been around for a year or two. It has a very wide wick, which provides more heat, and it seems to have gotten good ratings for being a little bit more fuel efficient than some of the other brands. I'm going to bring this down to the floor here and show you the actual fuel tank. The fuel tank is accessed through the top, this lid. You open it up and you pull out the fuel tank just like this. This is the fuel tank. I don't know exactly how much kerosene is held in this tank. I would guess it's close to or a little bit less than a gallon. And towards the bottom there's a fuel indicator, so when you get closer to empty, you're able to tell that it's running on low, so you can fill it up again. You fill up the tank through this lid here. You unscrew this off here, and using your kerosene pump that you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's, or a plastic hand pump, and they also sell battery operated ones. You just simply stick one end to your 5-gallon can of kerosene or what have you, and then you pump it into here until it's relatively full. You put the lid back on, and the actual kerosene feeds through a little doohickey right there, and down into the bottom tank of the kerosene, which feeds up into the wick. So this is simply replaced by inserting it back into the unit and setting it down, and you'll feel it kind of click into place. Alright, I'm going to lift this back up here and show you a couple more features on the kerosene heater. Let's take a look on the inside. This is a protective grate that's over the kerosene heater, and it does lock into place. You open it up, and here you have the catalytic converter. The catalytic converter sits over the wick, and it disperses the flame, and it also heats that stainless steel element inside, which then reflects a radiant heat from the back, this reflective back panel, and reflects the heat out. If you can look up into here, this is where the wick sets in there. I'm going to adjust the lever here. Maybe you can see the wick stick up there a little bit. That's the wick. Okay, we're going to set the catalytic converter back into place here. You'll notice that it does have a small handle here, so you can adjust it and set it on correctly, or make any adjustments if you need to when you're lighting it. Right here again is the fuel level indicator. As it does get low, it indicates that, so you know to put in more kerosene. And here we got our main lever. It is currently in the off position. By taking the lever and pressing it all the way down, it will actually activate the igniter, which runs off of 4D batteries. The 4D batteries are put in the back of the unit. If you don't have any batteries available, all you do is push it down, and you just lift up the catalytic converter here, and you would put a match in there when you lift that wick up to light it. So we're going to go ahead and light this up. One other thing I want to point out, once you ignite it and you see the flame going, you have a little bit of movement in there to adjust the flame. I keep it in the high position until I see that it's glowing nicely, and then I adjust it down just a little bit so as not to have that flame too high and burn any unnecessary excess kerosene. So we're going to go ahead and, if my cameraman would come here a little bit closer to the unit, I'm going to dim the light just a little so you can watch it in action. And you will hear a noise. You'll hear the igniter make a beeping noise. Okay, I can see the flame down in there. I'm not sure if you're able to spot that, but you see the flame begin to ignite the wick. Now, what's going to happen is that it does put off a little bit of odor when you're starting it. Now, I don't mind a little bit of kerosene odor myself. My wife doesn't typically care for it, but you can, if you want, light it outside, and then once it takes a couple minutes until it's burning correctly, and then that smell is gone. So what it's doing right now is the wick is beginning to completely ignite. As it ignites, that catalytic converter is the stainless steel mesh in there is going to begin glowing a red glow, and it will burn more efficiently and very clean and not put off any odor. Go ahead and pause it.